Hey everyone, it's Robert and you're watching Sidestep Adventures. And today we are returning to another cemetery that we have already been to before, but with an update. So this is the Williams Cemetery. And if you recall, on the previous video, I talked about Benjamin Williams, who was a Confederate veteran, and he was born March 7th, 1854. Now, since he was a Confederate veteran, and I knew when the Civil War ended, I did the math that he was born in 1854, and so he would have only been about 11 years old by the time that the war ended. So I was wondering, how is he a veteran of the Confederate Army? Of course, I knew that children served in the Confederate Army and also the Union Army during the Civil War. So that got me really curious about Benjamin Williams here, and how old exactly was he during the Civil War serving in the Confederate States Army. So I talked to a local historian out here who confirmed that Private Benjamin Williams was only 7 years old when he joined the Confederate Army, and he was a wagon driver then. Now at 7 years old and serving in the Confederate Army, that actually makes him the youngest known soldier of either side during the war. And of course, Benjamin Williams lived a very long life. He was born March 7th, 1854, and died August 26, 1943. And that intrigues me also, the fact that he lived so long. He served in the Confederate Army, and then after that, after serving in the Confederate Army as a kid, he saw so much in his life. And even though he may not have been on the front lines during the Civil War as a wagon driver, I'm actually not entirely sure where he would have gone or what battles he may or may not have been involved in. But after the Civil War, he lived a very long life. And that's just amazing to me, all of the stuff that he saw from 1854, serving in the Civil War, to dying in 1943, just before the end of World War II. He saw a lot of American history, and that's really fascinating to me. And this whole story, I figured, warranted a return visit out here to talk about it. I think that this is just an absolutely incredible grave, and it's just out here in the woods. And of course, he's buried here beside his father, who was actually older during the war. He was born in 1816, and he was a captain during the American Civil War. And of course, they are buried here together. And Benjamin Williams was buried here in 1943, almost 50 years after his father was laid to rest here, and 30 years after this burial here. I think this was his mother, if I'm not mistaken. I forget, I don't think I ever knew who this unmarked grave was, but this is just an incredible little grave site here in the woods. And also, on the previous video, I'd wondered if their home site was near here, since it was a little family cemetery, and I think I found it before. There's a big old oak tree up there that I filmed. If you haven't seen that video, go back and watch it. But up there, the family actually did confirm that the home site was right here. So I think this is just absolutely amazing history here. You've got the youngest soldier to have served in the Civil War, and that's just incredible. I have so many questions. I wish I could talk to him almost, find out what his life was like, and serving in the Army at 7 years old. It's just absolutely incredible. It's really mind-blowing. But I hope you enjoyed seeing this today. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.